feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see Christian Kirk. It was a nice line for him a week ago, reaching the century mark and scoring a touchdown. It's the Eagles and the Cowboys, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at our home side in this one. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The numbers for him from a week ago. 19 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
7 yards there and a first down. The Cowboys at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. They come in losers at 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
On second and 11 now. Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 43. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Jackson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward And how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Over the middle, it's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Jackson from the shotgun. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? But a long one, and he can't connect. Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll find its tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They'll look to throw here. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 25-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Again, he'll drop to throw. And one more time, here's Kirk. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Back to throw again. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be incomplete. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Jackson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Jackson to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And some space here. Touchdown, Cowboys! A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll say he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered. He just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And able to get this out to the 25. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. They're going to look to throw. Staying on his feet. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Trying to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Jackson on 1st down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. Jackson now. Catch made there by Derby, the tight end. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down.
But how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Play action. It's Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. These 2 teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Jackson looking to throw on third. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. (10-3) our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Open man is Kirk, complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. He'll look to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. It'll be just an 18-yard punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Around the NFL, 2nd quarter down in Tampa, and the Bucs are out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Same target. It's Jacobs again. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Open man is the tight end, Troutman. They'll look to throw again. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now back to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the tackle, defense.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll set up to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Joe Tryon in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And that one came close to hitting the big scoreboard up there as the fair catch is made inside the 20-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And out will come the offense as they take over. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Play action. Now Jackson. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. Well, Lamar Jackson, for all the talents of escaping pressure that he possesses, he was helpless to do much of anything there. He had no chance.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
1st and 10. It's Jackson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Jackson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. From 6 yards away. And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answers for that right there.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on 1st down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Eagles send out their punter now. standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch signaled for and taken, and that punt went nowhere. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Flushed out right. His throw incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Jackson to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Working with a 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys will extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. That time a 6-play drive. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts. As you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down. They're going to look to throw. This is Hamler on the receiving end. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And this is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And that might be just what they needed to get back in this game. Sometimes you need a big play to shake things up, get a little life in your sideline, get everyone believing again, and they got it there in a big way.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Jacobs is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Jacobs again. And he's going the wrong way again. He'll lose yardage here back to the 5. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? They'll look to throw here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles, and I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, They've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They'll drop to throw. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll set up a throw. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. He'll drop to throw. And going right back to Hamler. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Again, he'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back.
I'm just going to go ahead and call it, partner. You could smell the desperation in that fake, couldn't you? Down big. They had to try something. No one was fooled.
I think you're exactly right. With this deficit, though, go ahead and give it a shot. Didn't work out. In the end, I guess it doesn't hurt him too much. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Catch made there by Derby, the tight end. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now it's Jackson. Going to throw right side here, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away, and that'll make it 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. From the 5, 2nd and 4. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Throwing is Jackson. Touchdown! From 4 yards out. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield and creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And We've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. This offense so far on third down, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now it's Jackson. Touchdown, Cowboys! From 6 yards away. And the Cowboys look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the 6. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. And that makes them now 0 for 3 on 4th down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on 4th down. I think they'd have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions because it's not working for them. They've got to figure out what's been going wrong.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now to this point. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And the Cowboys are going to have a first and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
A gain of 3 brings up second and goal.
Second down and goal. Jackson, touchdown! A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. CD, it'll go into the books as just one win, but this is a really impressive win. They've done it on defense, and here they continue to do it on offense. Another score in the fourth quarter to widen that advantage.
I like where you were going with that one. Would you say, partner, it was really 3 victories today? Landslide on the scoreboard, emphatic victory on either side of the ball. They really got it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive first and 10 in the fourth quarter. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
We can see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on third and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
The Eagles send out their punter now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got some space here. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 87 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Play action. It's Jackson. Oh, he stays up. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd down.
Jackson going to hold on to it again. The keeper good for only 4, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself. And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That's excellent.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
9 yards is the pickup there. They'll have a 2nd and 1. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. 2nd and 1. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Back to throw again. He's got the connection downfield to Hamler. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more. reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
Brings up second and 8 at the 20.
Charles, a lot of happy faces.
I feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.